Jamie Geller here with Chef Laura, our culinary director. We're supposed to be fighting today because I'm making macaroons.
And I'm making macaron.
But you are going to decide who wins. This is the perfect Passover 5-ingredient recipe for the busy mom, okay? All you really need is a bowl and these 2 pieces of equipment. My pieces of equipment are a spatula and a whisk. You're gonna like bring out every appliance.
I'm gonna bring out the whole shop.
All right, so I've got 3 egg whites here. I'm gonna beat them until they're frothy. And now really important, the coconut that we're using is desiccated coconut.
Right.
3 cups. Now would you mind to help me out here while I fold? We're granulated sugar here, 1 cup. There are very few ingredients in this recipe and it's very, very easy to make.
Pinch of kosher salt, something we all have anyway.
We can use sea salt as well. Very important, we do not have table salt in our kitchen. It's against our religion.
It totally is.
Okay.
And I've got vanilla extract. You ready?
I'm ready for it. Bring it on, girl.
There you go.
Okay. So now I'm gonna even get in here with my hands just to finish this up. And now what we're gonna do is you just take a handful and we're gonna make a pyramid. Okay, so we're almost done here. This is the perfect amount for 1 baking sheet. We wanna make sure you put it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. These are really wonderful, and what we're gonna do is put them in the fridge for about 15 minutes till they set up because we don't want them to just
wilt and melt.
Wilt and melt, exactly, and just...
And you can stuff these.
Yes, so we're talking about, you literally could put an almond in here and make
could.
them an almond joy. We're gonna wash these hands, get these in the fridge, and then we're gonna bake them off. So Laura love, I've got some melted chocolate here where I'm gonna take my macaroons from everyday to holiday.
Yum.
By dipping them in here. And another thing that your kids can do with you. Now you're gonna show me the macaron.
I am gonna show you the macaron. So what I've got in my food processor here is I've got almond flour and confectioner's sugar. And I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a pulse. So the reason I pulse this together is so that any kind of lumps that might be in the confectioner's sugar or in the almond flour together, just break it up a little bit.
Wonderful.
So the only thing I'm gonna add right now is I've got some gorgeous vanilla beans. All I do is I slit it down the center and I cut it in half like this. And I take the back of my knife and I just scrape out all the good stuff. And you get all the essence.
Vanilla bean, yeah.
I'm gonna add this to our mix here. Give it 1 more pulse, and then I'm ready to go with my next step.
I can't wait.
So my next step is I take this and I put it in my strainer here.
Notice, right, the next piece of equipment here.
I do have a lot of equipment.
Well, I gotta advocate for my recipe.
I know.
I want all the votes.
I know, but the end result is amazing. So this is quick and easy. Your kids can help you out with this, and I just pass it through while you dip, dip, dip.
Yes.
So just getting through to make sure there's no big pieces of almonds in here. So I've switched out the food processor for a stand mixer. And you remember I've got my dry mix in here. I've got the almond flour, the confectioner's sugar, and our scraped vanilla bean. So in my mixer, I've got 5 ounces of egg whites, and I've got 2.5 ounces of granulated sugar, pinch of kosher salt going in. And now I'm gonna turn the mixer on low, and it's gonna go for 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm just gonna go do my nails while you continue making your macaron.
So I've had these whipping for 3 minutes on low and then 3 minutes on medium. You could see the change. They're now kind of cloudy and they're starting to build very soft peaks. So 1 more time.
Are we gonna take it max speed?
Now we're gonna go on high. So I've got my whites now. They've been mixing on high for 3 minutes.
Laura, those are glossy and gorgeous, just like my nails. Well, it's been a long time.
I know, but I'm still cooking.
Who's voting for the macaroon?
So look at how beautiful these are. So now I'm gonna take my whites and I'm gonna mix them in with our dry mixture, which if you remember was the sifted almond flour and confectioner's sugar and vanilla bean.
Okay.
So I've got this mix that is completely incompatible.
Right.
It's these whites with this powder and it doesn't look like it's ever gonna come together. And this is where
looks
people-
like the freak out moment where it's like, I got this wrong, I'm not gonna ever be able to do this, and
Right.
you're saying this is okay.
Absolutely it is. Here we go. So now we've got what looks like kind of like molten lava. And the way I test for this to see when I'm at the right point is I'll take some and I'll let it flow back into the bowl, and if it kind of rejoins the mass within like 15, 20 seconds as it's doing right now.
Very nice.
We're there.
We're good.
So I've got my pastry bag, 1 more piece of equipment.
Okay.
And I've got a pastry tip in here.
1 more piece of equipment.
1 more little piece of equipment. So I fold a little cuff around it so I keep my hand clean, and I get my batter in here.
Laura, I am freaking out. What is this?
So I put circles on my parchment paper, and that helps keep my macaron in perfect shape.
Did you use a compass for this?
I use either a cookie cutter, laser vision, whatever you've got handy.
Superpowers.
Superpowers.
Oh my gosh. Ink side down, that much I know, right?
Right. So we're ready to fill them now. And I've got my mix here in the pastry bag with my tip in here.
Okay.
And I like to hold it right over the circles. And then I press and I just count to 5. I need to take my pan, and this is actually where you get all your aggressions out. And I hold down the parchment paper with my fingers, and I give a good rap on the counter. You ready?
OMG.
And what you see is all these little air bubbles.
Yes.
And that was air that was trapped in there. So we got the air out, and now as these bake, they'll form that beautiful, hard, shiny shell.
Okay, temperature, time.
300 degrees, 18 to 22 minutes.
Great.
So my macaroons are cold.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you. And I want to just give one final tip, and that is that I doubled the pan when they baked, and that kept the bottoms from burning, and it was another layer of protection. And now we can fill them. So you
Can I
can
help
take,
you?
yeah, absolutely, whatever jams you want, pudding, melted chocolate, whatever works for you. And we've got a variety of fillings.
You even do a mousse. I always do a chocolate mousse.
You could do a mousse, you could do a buttercream, whatever. I've also got these pudding cups and parfaits where you can take some macaron and layer it with pudding, with fruit. I'm actually going to take one, I'm going to crumble it up in here.
Feels terrible to crumble it up. It's so gorgeous.
It's all in the greater good.
Okay.
And a little bit of fruit on top of it.
But I love the crunch that would add.
It does, and it lays just another layer. You could have whipped cream on here if you're doing dairy.
Do it, just
yeah,
add it on.
Or whatever.
This is where you at home vote for your favorite. My 5-ingredient macaroon or Chef Laura's 5-hour macaron.
Not really 5 hours.
Almost 5 hours. Leave your answer in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to see us duke it out more often. And check us out, joyofkosher.com. Hi everyone, Jamie Geller here with my special guest, Chef Laura Frankel. Blah. Hi, Jamie Geller here with a super special guest, Chef Laura Frankel. What's wrong with me? I'm just gonna call you Chef Laura. Help!
Perfect.
Now we've
Gorge.
decided that desiccated coconut kind of sounds like a rock band. Blah.
Rock
we have
band.
decided that desiccated coconut kind of sounds like a rock band. So tonight we've got tickets to see
The Desiccated Coconuts. That's right.
And they're going in. Give a real punch like you mean it, Laura.
Yeah.
Boom, it's all in the hips.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.